Hi, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. Today's look that I'm going to do for you is just an easy, everyday kind of makeup look that I feel is pretty simple to achieve, and hopefully you enjoy it. I have already washed and moisturized my face. And what I'm going to start out with is a primer. It is an anti-aging CBD face cream. It's typically a moisturizer, but I like to use it as a primer. So I'm just going to add this to my face. And this will just help the product to stick to my face and go on seamlessly. I went ahead and primed my face. I'm going to go ahead and put on a powder foundation, and it is a mineral powder with an SPF 15 in the shade Feisty from the company My Minerals. And I will go ahead and be using a Real Techniques buffing brush, and I will go ahead and start by buffing that into my skin. Want to get a nice base going, and what's really great about these powders is that with the SPF 15 you get the sun protection as well. So I really like that benefit, especially in the summertime, but a good SPF protection is good all year round. This foundation gives a nice coverage. It's really easy to apply, and be sure to go down around the chin and down the neck to blend that in. And around the hairline. Okay, now that I have my foundation on, I'm going to let that kind of set and onto my skin, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to my eyes. And for my eyes, I'm just gonna use like a base nude powder, so that will help just with creasing and just give me a nice base. And then I'm going to use, so also will work as my primer for my eyes, and then I will be using one color for my eyeshadow to keep it simple for today. So what I'm using today is a Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm just going to buff this nude loose mineral powder. All nice neutral color all over my lid. Now that I have my base on my eyelids, I am going to go ahead and go in with a eyeshadow. It's in this really pretty, it is called Tangelo right here. It's a nice kind of pinky gold color, and I'm going to take that with the same brush that I used for my base. It's also the base shadow brush. I'm going to go ahead and work that all over my lid as well. This palette is also a My Minerals product that is all natural and without any harsh chemicals, which I really appreciate because I am conscious of what I put onto my skin. This is a really pretty color. Just kind of fresh and helps the eyes stand out. I'm just continuing to work this over all over my lid. And I'm just going to buff it out a little bit up here. Just kind of blend that in. I am now going to go ahead and add a little bit of eyeliner at the upper lash line. I'm going to be using a Glide-On Gel Eyeliner, Physicians Formula in Black Velvet. I'm just gonna put that on. The lash line. Alright, now that I have my eyeliner applied, I'm going to go ahead and take my Real Techniques large smudge brush and just smudge the liner out a little bit just to soften that look up on my eyes. To brighten up the inner corners of my eye, I'm going to add a little bit of this shade here out of my palette, which is called Star Luster here. And that's just going to brighten up the inner corners of my eye using a e.l.f. blending eye brush. I'm going to add that to the corner, inner corners of my eye there. And run it just a little bit underneath as well. I'm now going to add some mascara. This is a natural waterproof mascara from Hippie Chick Cosmetics in black. Like to do with my lashes is I don't typically curl my lashes. However, I know that some of you do. But what I like to do is just a little trick to kind of get them to curl up a little bit is I'll take my finger and I will just gently push upwards. And that just kind of gives them a little lift. And that's the technique that works for me. Now to add a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. Now that my mascara is on and applied there, I am going to go ahead and move on to adding some bronzer. And I will be doing that with my Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some color into my face here. And just kind of start here in the hollows of my cheeks. And then work upwards. Across the hairline. Just kind of get where this natural sun hits the face, high points of the face. Some color. Over this weekend, we went to the lake, had a really good time. However, I got quite a bit of sun. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit on sides of my cheek here, chin bone, I suppose. Be sure to blend your bronzer down the neck. A little bit down the sides of my nose. Across the face. Next I'm going to go in with some blush. The bronzer I used was also a My Minerals product in the shade Glow. It's a nice color that just kind of adds that bronziness to your face. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush, and that's also a My Minerals product in the shade Sassy. And again, using my Real Techniques blush brush, I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of a smile. Apply this to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, now that I've got my blush applied, I am going to go ahead and take a little bit of concealer and take that just a little bit underneath my eyes. There, and just a little over a couple blemishes. A little bit in the corners of my nose there, and a little bit down the center of my nose and forehead. Next I'm going to take a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and then I'm just going to buff that in. Now that that is all worked in, I use the concealer. It's a Physicians Formula concealer and corrector in yellow and light. I just used the concealer today. Next, I'm going to go in with just a little bit of highlighter, and this is just a loose mineral. Also is a eyeshadow, serves the eyeshadow as well. It's in the shade Stardust. It's also another Hippie Chicks cosmetic product. And I'm just going to use a e.l.f. fluffy blender brush to go ahead and a little bit of that just on the tops of my cheekbones. I do that in like a circular motion so you don't get like a stripe across your cheek. Just a little bit of brightness. And shine to the tops of the cheekbones. run a little bit down the center of my nose, on the tip of my nose, a little bit here on my forehead. Just the parts of the face that you want to highlight. And also a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And just a little tiny bit on the chin. All right. That will be enough for our highlighter today. Now before I do my brows, I'm going to just take a little bit again of this Star Luster shade right here. And I'm just gonna take a little bit across my brow bone. You can see it just added a nice little shine and helped tie in my eyeshadow there from my brow bone to my eyelid. Brows, nothing too extravagant. I'm trying to keep this pretty simple. Just a little, gonna add just a little bit of color into my brows. I'm going to use from my same eye palette this shade here in Sable, and I'm going to just go ahead and use my e.l.f. eyebrow duo brush. Going to just comb my eyebrows up a bit here, and then take this color just through the brow, just lightly. I'm not really going for anything too dramatic. Just to get those brows to stand out just a little bit more. All right, now I have done my right brow. I am going to go ahead and move on to my left and get that one looking like the other. Now that my brows are done, I am just going to set my concealer that I put on earlier with my Real Techniques setting brush. This is a fantastic brush. It's one of those great multi-purpose brushes. And I am going to be using the Nude Loose Mineral Powder that I used as a primer over my eyelids. I'm just going to get a light dusting of that and go ahead and set the areas that I concealed. I am going to finish off this look with some lip crayon by Burt's Bees. It is in the shade Niagara Overlook. So there, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this. And what is really great about this lip crayon is it leaves a nice matte finish. I, however, would like to add a little bit of this My Minerals Georgia Peach lip gloss. You can certainly leave it as is if you're going for a little bit lighter, you know, just kind of more subtle under the radar look if you like. But for today's look, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of gloss. There you have it. I've got my lip gloss on. And this is the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and go ahead and like and subscribe if you like what you see, and then also in the comments if you'd like to see any other looks or have me create those looks, that would be great, and welcomed. So thanks again for watching, and have a good day. Bye.